The advice and opinions expressed by Dr. Granpeesheh and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh.
Dr. Doreen Granpeesheh is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen. Good evening, Dr. Doreen and Shannon. My son, 7-year-old, has just started to interact with others, but keeps saying hello several times to peers in church. The friends hello back and wave, but again, my son says hello. Then the typical children run away, and my son is too close to his face, to the children's face, way too close. How can I teach him?
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? We just started out talking about exactly these types of situations where our kids are. So this is actually a wonderful situation. I want to say good, because I love it when children are actually interested and they're trying to communicate, right? Your child is trying to communicate. He just doesn't have the content. And so he's seen probably somewhere that people say hello. And so he's making that first initial thing. But he's not necessarily taking it to the next step. You need to teach him the next steps. And the next steps involve all of those things that I was saying earlier. It's like he doesn't know that once you've said hello, you only say it once, right? And then the other person says hello. And then the next thing might be, how you doing? He also doesn't know that, like if he's talking to a child, he'll say, how's it going? Or how you doing? Or whatever your language is. Whereas if he's talking to an adult, he might say, how are you? Or he might wait for them to ask first. There's all that kind of like subjective stuff that goes with language as well. But just to begin with, let's teach him, this is one of our lessons in skills, again, called greetings. And it's not just about saying hello, it's about all the next things that you can say after you say hello. So why don't you teach him some of those next steps, right? And then, honestly, this is kind of what I was talking about. If you are in an ABA program, or if you have the ability to, we actually even wrote a bunch of programs about kids in church or in Sunday school and so on, because you really want every experience for the child to be positive, right? So you start out teaching the specific skills that they need. And then you take them to these environments. And until you can do that, you should have a behavior tech with you if possible, because that person, while you're attending to church, that person will be very actively engaged in trying to support, prompt, maybe whisper to your child what the next thing is that they can say, practice those skills that the child has learned. And without that, it's kind of like, you don't like have a child go and or an adult. You don't just say, hey, go buy something and get the exact change and come home without first having done that on paper, right? If I give you $2 and something costs $1, there's a didactic portion to everything. There's a portion where we actually have to learn the skill, then apply it to daily life. Mm-hmm. And I think that we overlook that with our kids, and we expect too much, and then they have a negative experience and they never want to really try it again. Yeah. You have a very social child, so give him the skills.
Don't forget, you can watch Ask Dr. Doreen live every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. We hope to see you there.